Die Hard's built around John McClane. It's not built around.
The Pearl building.
Yeah, it's not built around the building itself. You know.
Towering Inferno. That's another one.
Yeah. So this will be interesting. I think it'll make all right money, but The Rock.
It's gonna make money because of The Rock. That's
Yeah.
the only reason why it will make any money.
But I do not think it will stick around
No,
in the weekend. In the weekend top 5.
Of him jumping from the crane.
Right.
That's impossible.
Because he's hobbling over because he only has one leg.
Yeah, but
and
he's like, if he jumps from here, he'd go just down. Like every possibility is him falling.
Yeah, and so I guess the premise is it's like sort of a heist movie because there's bad guys coming in the tower. I don't know.
Bad guys come to tower.
This has become a bit of a joke. I realized before I even realized. All right, so I guess we can move on from Skyscraper. All right.
Rock movie number 2.
Rock movie number 2. Yeah, let's go with Rampage. Rampage. A new trailer came out yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm not entirely sure, but it came out this week. And this one, I have different feelings than Skyscraper. I think the premise is at least interesting. Even if it is based on an arcade game, I'm pretty sure.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's based off an old arcade game, which is it's pretty interesting. It's different. Not different. I mean, Pixels, that was horrible.
But Pixels they kind of took many arcade games and put them together. Yeah. This is like based on
one old arcade.
Yeah,
beat 'em up fighter kind of thing.
Yeah, and so the idea is The Rock. I don't even know. I don't know any of The Rock's character names, honestly. He's just The Rock.
It's just The Rock.
But he works at a zoo or is a trainer at a zoo with this white gorilla named George. And all right. I'm going to try and say this premise with a straight face.
It's going to be hard.
But The Rock works with George at the zoo. And one day an asteroid crashes and George goes out to explore and he gets sprayed with some green gas and then George starts growing real big and then but George is not the only one. There's also a wolf that can fly.
Yeah.
That wolf gets really big. And then there's an alligator that gets really big. And so now the premise is, because I follow The Rock on Instagram as you would.
Yes, you would.
Because he likes to...
the wolf's name's Ralph.
Ralph? Okay.
Toys.
Can you find me the alligator name, please?
I will love to.
Or I think it might be a crocodile, whatever. I don't really care. The Rock has been trying to hype up this movie, and he obviously comes from the world of wrestling. Lizzie?
George, Lizzie, and Ralph. Because it's got an exclamation point next to his name.
Oh, man.
It's going to be bad.
All right, and so The Rock, obviously no stranger to the world of dramatics with, he's always been able to promote really well. He's one of the most charismatic actors in the business, but just hearing him talk about, and me and George are going to take on Lizzie and Ralph in the greatest match of all time. And I'm just I believe him because it's The Rock and he can convince me about anything. But
This is a toy line movie.
When you take away what it is,
it's I'm looking at I'm just looking. I looked up the movie. Some of the toys just look like a King Kong toy painted a different color.
That's what he said. He said this lizard is bigger than Godzilla, and it's just
Godzilla is a better movie though.
Yeah, and so
jeez.
I don't know. There's one scene in the trailer where it's the one thing that I don't get is I understand if the idea is this is a monster movie and you're gonna have all three fight each other, but from what it's been presented and what The Rock has said through social media, it's the alligator and the wolf teaming up to face the gorilla and The Rock. So I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know why The Rock is like in this tag team with the gorilla, but because there's a scene where it's like the city's destroyed and I expect to see like the three monsters going at it, but The Rock is like side by side with George, and I'm just so confused.
Like, it's gonna be like, the Godzilla movie came out
2014.
That movie, it was good because it sure had. I mean, it was criticized for not having enough of Godzilla, but I thought that worked well.
Because the point was you build up to him.
Yeah, this I think is gonna do the opposite and show too much.
Right.
And I think that's gonna kind of kill the whole premise of. I don't know. I mean, maybe the premise is to be over the top. I mean, it's called Rampage.
Right. Quick best part from the trailer. I don't know if you have one, but mine is whatever Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character is, because he is playing him exactly like Negan, even though he's in a suit and I think he's a businessman. But I'm pretty sure they were just like, yeah. Like, we'll get you. People like you as Negan. Just be Negan. But we're going to put you in a suit. Because he's talking with the whole, like, you don't understand what you have done. And I'm just like, that's Negan. I haven't watched The Walking Dead since last season, but
I wish I could try to get to my screen because I'm just looking at some awful toys right now for this movie.
Right.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah.
The Rock looks like he's like been in a car fire.
Jeez.
Doesn't look like that.
I do not. I agree with the idea that it's mainly for the toys, and
yeah, it's toys. It's who knows? Maybe it's good. Like, I'm not against this movie like I am some other movies.
Right. We'll get to that. Between this and Skyscraper, I would probably see this movie because at least
I'd laugh a bit.
It's a bit of a popcorn flick, while Skyscraper just seems kind of uncomfortable. But with that being said, I think we can move on.
Just one more image of it's The Rock next to what is George, but like it's not George yet. It's a guy with mocap stuff on.
Oh my god!
So he's just George. The Rock's just looking wicked serious next to this little skinny guy on stilts.
Solo, a Star Wars story. Moving on to that.
Right.
This trailer, I was genuinely excited when I saw it in the Super Bowl because, you never know. That's one great thing about TV spots, at least for big events like the Super Bowl, like the national championship game. You don't know when they're going to come, so it's a bit of a surprise, while with trailers, you just, you click on them to watch them. So I was genuinely surprised, and I was excited. And then when I watched the full trailer, I saw it for what it was, and they are doing their best to mask Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo and try and play up everything else. Oh, look, Emilia Clarke. You guys love Game of Thrones, right? There she is. There's Khaleesi, except she's not Khaleesi, but you'll still love her. Oh, you guys like Donald Glover? Childish Gambino? There he is as Lando. Look at him. Look at him smiling. You love him. And, Chewbacca. You guys love Chewbacca. He's in all the new movies. And, quick shot at Alden Ehrenreich. Watch him smile. All right, we're done. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to it. I mean,
don't get me wrong, I'm still going to see it.
I like the idea, but I'm worried that the acting is going to be bad. I don't think it's going to be prequel bad, but he kind of looks like Han Solo sometimes, but sometimes he doesn't. And, sometimes he kind of sounds like him, but sometimes doesn't. So I do think it's going to be a consistency issue.
Yeah.
It looks really cool, though. I think a lot of the shots are nice, but, Star Wars is always filmed pretty beautifully. The prequels looked good.
Of course.
It's gonna be divisive, I think. It's gonna be another... I think it's gonna be kind of like The Last Jedi. I think some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. I do think the Falcon looks really cool, though.
I like this.
It's been added to it.
The sleeker design, especially when you see the interior and you see
it's all pure white.
Yeah,
stuff.
Exactly. As you were saying with consistency, I thought that was apparent in two of the shots of Ehrenreich as Han Solo. There's one scene where someone talks to him, he just has a straight face, and then he gives that like Han Solo smirk that I thought was really good. I thought that's exactly how Harrison Ford would do it. But then the ending, when they fly through the whatever creature it is, and he's just like, "We're fine. I told you we'd be fine. We're fine."
Yeah, that's not
that took me out of the trailer, and this movie just gets me kind of worried because I really want to root for the whole new regime of Star Wars, but the more and more I think about The Last Jedi, the more I not enjoy it as much as I did the first time I saw it.
Really?
Yeah, and this movie, who knows? Because honestly, you can make a good trailer for a bad movie, you can make a bad trailer for a good movie. Yes, there have been a lot of reports of stuff going on set. There was also a lot of reports of errors on set for World War Z, and that was one of my favorite movies of 2013. So, while it seems like
kind of a mixed bag, I think.
So it'll be interesting. I'm holding out hope, but if we're going to judge this trailer alone for what it does not increase my excitement whatsoever. Maybe increases my excitement to see Donald Glover as Lando, but that's about it.
I'm actually a little bit of the opposite. I thought the trailer, although a little inconsistent, it still looked good. I'm still excited. I mean, but there is a very large chance that this could fall flat on its face.
Right.
But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful of this because I think Disney does know what they're doing with the property. If they fired those directors, it must have been for a good reason. Ron Howard, yes?
Yes, Ron Howard's the new director.
So he's a great director. I don't doubt he can't do this. So it's probably going to be all down on what's his name? The actor's name?
Alden Ehrenreich?
It's going to be down to him. I really, truly think it's going to be all down to him. He's going to decide if this movie's good or bad.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to another trailer that came out this week. We have a new trailer for Deadpool. Deadpool 2, I guess. There's a rumor that it's called Untitled Deadpool Sequel, and while that's all funny and meta, I think they should just call it Deadpool 2, personally. This trailer, I love anything Ryan Reynolds does with this character because of its ability to just make fun of everything. This opening scene when we're getting introduced to Cable and he turns around and he has the CGI green sleeve on and Deadpool just stops the trailer and he's like, "What? Why isn't the CGI done? Why aren't the visual effects done? It's not like we're trying to CGI off a mustache." And I just thought that was the funniest thing because you see this like grizzled futuristic thing and just to have it like record scratch stop because he's wearing a CGI green sleeve, I thought that was really clever. The little jab at Henry Cavill, obviously with the Justice League reshoots, I thought was perfect. And then the rest of this trailer, nothing really out of the ordinary that got me extra excited. Maybe there was a little hint at X-Force.
Yes.
When the plane opens, but I feel like this trailer, you could have just shown me that opening thing with Deadpool and Cable and the CGI green sleeve, and I would have been completely fine with just that because I'm going to see this movie regardless. I think it has potential to be even better than the first one, which I do not. I really like it, but I don't universally love it as much as other people do.
Yeah, I do think in repeat viewings it's not as good because as comedies are usually the jokes don't hit because you know when they're coming.
Right. So, yeah, this movie I am still excited for. I believe comes out in June, I want to say.
Yeah, I think June.
But like I said, nothing ridiculously out of the ordinary. I will say it does seem like this movie does have a bigger budget than the first one.
Yeah, most definitely. That could be an issue.
Yeah, because when you work with less, you have more riding on every dollar you spend. While this one, it could hinder its value. But at the same time, I don't think if they were to give them more money, which it looks like they did, I don't think they gave them a ton more. I know the budget for the first one was around $60 million. I believe the budget for this one if anything, would only go up to
Yeah.